In this video, I'm going to show you a few examples of how to convert a quadratic function from standard form to vertex form using the strategy called completing the square. These examples in this video are focusing on when the a value does not equal 1. So I'm talking about when the coefficient with the x squared, the number in front of the x squared, is something other than 1. So let's get started. The first example I'm going to show you is the standard form of the quadratic equation, y equals 4x squared plus 8x minus 3. The only thing different from the last video is that the a value is 4 instead of 1. I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to kick that c value out of the kitchen. Blank, parenthesis, blank, and I'm going to put that c value of minus 3 out on the edge. Oops, goodness, sorry. I think I'd be getting better at this. Then I look at what I have for my a and my b values, and I really think I want to take some time to take out a GCF. I can notice I have a GCF of 4 from the a and the b value, so I'm going to pull that out. Blank, parenthesis, blank. I didn't do anything to my c value of minus 3. Now I'm ready to take that b value and divide by 2. I get 1. 1 squared is a plus 1. So I'm ready to have the first part of my vertex form, y equals, I have a 4, and then in parentheses I'll do the x plus 1 squared, because remember that b value divided by 2 goes into that binomial. But now the question is what goes right here? In our last example, we just took this plus 1 and balanced it with a minus 1, but I don't think we actually have a plus 1 here that needs balancing. I actually think we've got a 4 times 1. We actually have a 4 here which needs balancing. So what would balance with a positive 4? It will be a negative 4. So negative 4 minus 3, we've got a negative 7. So our vertex form is y equals 4 times the quantity of x plus 1 squared minus 7. So let's look at both our standard form and vertex form and review what we know about this parabola. The standard form tells me I have a y-intercept at 0, negative 3. Remember that c value is your y-intercept. The vertex form tells me I have a vertex at negative 1, negative 7. So then I have an axis of symmetry at x equals negative 1. So already this parabola is taking shape if I was asked to graph it. The pattern of change, since my a value is 4, my pattern of change will be 1 times 4, 3 times 4, 5 times 4. So I have a pattern of change of 4, 12, and 20. Since the a value is positive, it will open up and I will have a minimum value. So I have a really good sense of what this parabola would look like. But to remember, the goal of this problem was to change the standard form of the quadratic function into vertex form, which I did. I used the strategy complete the square. Let's try one more. Convert to vertex form. We've got standard form. To change to vertex form, we'll complete the square. I'm going to start how I always do and kick that c value out of the kitchen. So I have the 3x squared plus 24x, blank, parenthesis, blank. The plus 5 goes out on the end. And then I look here and I definitely see I have a GCF of 3 I can pull out of my a and my b value. And now I'm ready to start moving it to vertex form. I already got quite a bit of the vertex form ready, a 3 out front, parentheses with a blank. Now let's go ahead, divide that b value, divide by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Square it, I get a positive 16. Now I want to be careful here because remember, I'm not balancing with a negative 16. I'm actually balancing with a 16 times 3, which is our 48. So if I've got a positive 48, I have to balance with a negative 48. So now I think I'm ready to finish this off. This in the parentheses, I have an x plus 4, because remember this comes down to here. And then negative 48 plus 5 is a negative 43. So let's review. What do we know about the parabola? The standard form tells us that we have an a value of 3, that we have a y-intercept of 5. The vertex form tells me I have a vertex of -4, -43. I have an axis of symmetry of x equals -4. Then my pattern of change, 1A, 3A, and 5A. I've got a 3, a 9, and a 15. Since the A value is positive, I know I'm opening up, and that vertex will give me a minimum value. I have one more screen right here with two more examples where I practice going from standard form to vertex form. Feel free to look through them and copy them down as you see fit. You might want to take a minute to pause the video to do that. And then finally, that was it for the day. So make sure that you look on Schoology to get your assignment. Complete and upload the assignment that's posted. Do that in the next couple of days. Do not forget to take the attendance quiz by 3:30. And if you're stuck and it's not your teacher's office hours, remember to read through the discussion board. Ask a question, answer a question, help each other out. We're all in this together even though we're apart. See you tomorrow.